bed till like 4 or 5 o'clock last night, and I've been up since 10. What's up there, bud? I've been up since 10 o'clock. I got so much homework to do. I gotta wash clothes, clean up the kitchen, and cook. And I got 2 finals to study for, and they're due at 12 o'clock tonight. But instead of starting on everything, what do? I make a video. So, I'm gonna drink my 4th Red Bull in 3 hours. And I'm gonna give you a story time. Yeah, yeah. And I am so sleepy. I'm so tired. Like, if I would just sit here long enough and not move, I'll smooth out. Anyway, so this story time. Oh my god. This story time is by the time I found out I had epilepsy. So I'm 20 now, so I don't have it anymore, supposedly. But my eye is itching. Um. So let's where do I start? So I found out I had epilepsy. Maybe when I was like 10. My mom and dad had just split, so we moved from one town to another town about 2 hours away. And I started having these spells or episodes where I would just stare off, and it was just, I would notice it but not notice it. Like, I would be like, what just it would be more like a what just happened, and I really ignored it because I'm like, whatever, it's nothing. But it would happen frequently, and but I still never really cared to, because I was like, it's whatever. And so my mom started noticing, like I said, it's about maybe a year into their separation. So the transition was difficult for me for a lot of reasons. New school, it was a new school year, but how this school up here functioned was completely different from the school I was coming from. Um, New people, we had to switch from wearing whatever I want to uniform, which is not that big of a deal, but it was kind of like, what's a uniform? Because I never really had to wear a uniform until I moved up here. So it was that was kind of weird. Mom, dad separated. That was really hard for me. My dad was drinking a lot, and so yeah, we left. Uh, well, I didn't think it was gonna be this hard to actually tell this story until now. Oh wow. um. Anyway, so yeah, they split up. They split up. It's been years now, like 10 years or whatever. But yeah. So I was coming to a new school. Had to find new friends. I'm very a loner. Like, you have to talk to me, which I made friends, so it wasn't difficult or anything like that. But my mom started noticing it. A lot of at home issues. Like, anyway, so my mom started noticing these episodes as well. She would bring it up to me, like, "Are you okay?" Or like, "Hey, where'd you go?" And I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. And it would happen frequently. The more time progressed, the more frequently it would happen, and it really just be a. And then I come back and I just be like, what just happened? Um, so I made an appointment. Well, my mom made an appointment with a doctor, and she was explaining the symptoms, and they was telling me I would have to get an EEG, and I didn't know what it was, and I was scared, and I had braids, so they were like, "That's good." So the day I went in, it was cold that day. I had on boots and pants and a jacket. I was so nervous, like I was in the midst of almost crying. How nervous I was, because I didn't know what exactly they were going to do. And they were like, "We're going to stick these probes in me on your head, and it's going to test the brain activity." And to me, that just sounded like the scariest thing ever. So I was like, "Oh my god, why?" The night before, they were like, "No sugar, no sweets. You can't sleep." And I remember that night completely because I was up watching like SpongeBob at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was so tired, I was so sleepy. But because at that point I was going to sleep like a normal hours, like 8 o'clock, And this is my first time in a while staying up there. Like now I can do that and be fine. Like I'm so sleep deprived now. Let me tell you, I think like 2 to 3 hours of sleep a night. Mostly my fault. Like last night we were up watching Street Beats fights, eating nachos at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So yeah. So I think I got ADHD because I really just be off the walls with stuff. Anyway, so yeah, we were couldn't sleep. So I was up all night thinking about it, scaring myself even more. Like I was super nervous. It was very early in the morning appointment. It was like maybe 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. Doctor's appointment. So they called me back, and I'm nervous. I'm shaking, like I'm so scared. And I go in, and he introduced himself. I can't remember his name, but he was a really sweet guy. He introduced himself to me. He was like, "Hey, this is gonna be easy. All you really have to do is sleep." So I was like, "Okay." So he told me to lay my head down. He starts sticking these probes on my head, all, like 2 here, and there was one like right behind the ear, and it's all over the head. It was cold. It was really cold. I was like, okay, cause and they squeezed like some gel on the inside of it, and it was cold. It was so cold. And he was like, turn off the lights. He was like, okay, we're gonna get you to take a nap. And I was like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. I definitely did. Yes. And before that, I was laying there. They started running tests to see if I was seized. Then they started flickering the lights. What else they do? I remember that. I remember they flickering the lights to make sure, because I know a lot of people, light causes seizures. I don't remember all they did, but I definitely remember they did that. And they told me to go to sleep, so I did. And he said I had like 10 episodes as I was asleep, because obviously if I'm asleep I don't know. So he was like, "Yeah, you have epilepsy." And I was like, "What? What is epilepsy? I don't know what that is. Never heard of it before in my life. No one in my family, as far as I know, have seizures or epilepsy or anything like that, except for like my youngest cousin on my dad's side. He had really bad seizures, but as far as that goes, I don't know anyone that has it." So he begins to explain to me that it's basically electro waves in your brain, that causes you to basically go unconscious in a way. And it costs like, what is it called? It's called temporary amnesia. So that's why when I was having those episodes, I didn't remember at the time. So like I was explaining to him, because they would tell me usually when people have these episodes they don't recall anything that was going on. They blank out. And I was like, yeah, but I don't remember, but the conversation, but I can be having the episode and still see you and hear you talking. He was like, huh, that's odd. But they would never explain to me that part of it, but they was like, because they're like, you normally forget. And I'm like, I will forget what we're talking about. But when I'm having the episode, I still see you and I still can hear you. And in my mind, seeing and hearing you, that's what's going on in my head. But actually, I wasn't even saying anything. I wasn't even blinking. I was the whole time. No one, I guess, really caught on to it, because I feel like it's very hard to catch to someone with epilepsy to catch that, because it's like quick 3-4 seconds. Sometimes it could be up to a couple minutes, but those really split second ones, you wouldn't even notice it. So yeah, he prescribed me some medication. It was a orange gel pill. I took it for a while, and then people started treating me different. Not in a bad way, as in like something was wrong with you. So, of course, everybody in my family began to know what was going on. But they seemed to like start treating me differently. They was like, "Are you?" They're just yell my name. Hey, you good? You okay? You okay? You good? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Or they'll you sure you want to do that? You sure you could do that? I go to school. Teachers will pull me to the side. Hey, they got this on your record. Are you okay? Are you good? Are you taking your medicine? And it kind of became to the point where I'm like, y'all know nothing's really wrong with me, right? Like I'm fine. Like I'm not gonna die or anything. Like it's not like cancer or anything. Like I'm gonna be hospitalized forever. Like I'm good. And even you grow in, as far as I'm concerned, you grow out of it, so it's not that big of a deal. But people treated it way bigger than it was to me at the time. So I would get really emotional at night. Cause I'm like, y'all treating me like something's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. So I stopped taking the medicine because I wanted to prove to people. Nothing is wrong. So I can stop taking these pills and be fine. So I did. I stopped taking them. And that was it. I was just like, I'm not taking these pills. So I stopped taking them, and then I take them once a week, and then I take them like 3 times out the week, and then then I won't take them for months at a time, and my mom started catching on, and she would make me take them, or she'd keep, like, sometimes I honestly did forget, and other time I would look at them, like, I'm not taking those pills. I honestly don't like taking pills. So she'd get on to me a lot about why you won't take them, why you're not taking them, you need to take these. One time I left for like summer break for like 2 weeks, and I purposely left them. I mean, it really was on purpose, but it was really an accident. Like, I was trying to leave them, but I really forgot that I was trying to leave them, and I left them. And they rushed an emergency prescription to where I was at, and I had my grandma went to go pick them up. So I had 2 bottles. I didn't want to take them. I just refused. Like, I would take them, or I would put them in my pocket and just keep them in my pocket. Now, I look at them like, whatever. So that's how that was. Shouldn't have did that. Because maybe months down the line, after we kind of taking them, like, I would take them every now and then won't take them, to take them, then not take them, to take them, because I felt like if I didn't have to take these pills and nothing happened, people would stop treating me like something's wrong with you, like, oh, she's the girl that you need to watch. So I stopped taking them just to prove a point, and plus it was just really uncomfortable. It just made me feel, taking them made me feel like something was wrong with me, like I couldn't help myself. Because when you have epilepsy, you can't drive, can't bathe. They would tell me, we don't want you to drown. If you was to seize, taking a bath, take showers. So I take baths every now and then, but I'm like obsessed with showers, and I'm like, I only take showers. And like, if I take a bath, I take like a 2 or 3 minute bath and get right back out. Like, and because I don't know, it's just something in the back of my mind is like, all right, get out. So there's that. You can't a lot of people can't live on their own, or job function in a job, school. Like, everyone's always watching you no matter what. So, yeah, they was like, well, you can't drive. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm not driving anyway. And I'm going to grow out of it by the time by the time I need to be able to drive. So, like I said, I stopped taking my pills. I stopped taking them because I was like, yeah, nothing's wrong with me. You guys are crazy. I can stop taking these pills. So, one day, it was raining. And I was in 5th grade, by the way. I was in 5th grade. So we were in the gym, and because it was raining outside, so we couldn't play outside. So we were in the gym for recess watching. We was watching Disney Channel, and I'm pretty sure That's How Raven was on at the time, or Hannah Montana. One of those shows were on, and we were sitting in a line. So it was like crisscross, and like someone was in front of me, someone was behind me, and it was this girl. Her name was Maya. She was a really tall girl, and we were cool. And I remember I went to the bathroom. Like, it took me years to actually remember what happened. So yeah, I went to the bathroom, washed my hands, came out, I sat back down, and that's all I remember. A couple minutes, maybe, I wake up, and no one's in the auditorium, or in the gym. And I'm just looking around, like, did I fall asleep and nobody come to wake me up? Like, no teacher came to wake me up. Like, everyone was gone. No one was there. And there was a couple of doctors. Because I had drool, like, spit up, drool all down my face. And I just get up and I see my mom there. And I see a couple of doctors. And I see the ambulance lights lighting up outside, and I'm just like, what's going on? Why are you here? What's going on? Because in my head, I just fell asleep and no one came to wake me up, so I'm still looking confused. The doctors rush over to me. They're like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, huh? So of course I get scared all over again. I don't answer them. I'm just kind of nervous, like, I'm fine, I guess. I don't know why. What's going on? So I'm walking. They walk me to the ambulance, and I get in the back of it with my mom there. They're running all these tests on me. They're looking in my eyes and stuff like that. And I'm like, what's going on? What happened? They finally informed me that I've had a seizure for improperly taking my medicine, and I seized. And I was like, okay, so I go back to the hospital, stay for a couple hours, for them to run tests on me. Again, lovely. And they were like, yeah, your seizure activity is getting worse, love. Are you taking your medication? Yes. Are you really taking them like you're supposed to? Yeah. Oh, so you just had this seizure and you have been taking your medicine. Well, we gotta prescribe you seizure medication on top of the epileptic medication. What? You gotta do what? Yeah, we gotta prescribe you seizure medication so you don't have another seizure. Yay, great. So then they prescribed me another medication. Don't know the name of it. Their names were very hard to pronounce anyway. But it was a blue pill. And I was supposed to take the orange gel pill. And then I was supposed to take the blue pill. And then at night, I was supposed to take both of those pills. And then a half of the blue pill. So I was taking 2.5 pills at night. So that was fun. Did I take them? At first, of course, because I'm like, I don't want to have another seizure. But, did I continue to take them? No. Because, again, I don't want people to look at me like I'm crazy, which didn't help the fact that I wasn't taking the medicine and had a seizure. So that made everything worse because now everybody's calling mom to check on me and everything like that. But I go to school the next day because it's not that serious. In my head again, seizures are serious. You can definitely die from a seizure. But if it's long enough, of course. I was just like, it was going to happen anyway, whether I was taking the medicine or not. I'm fine. Fifth grader, just keep that in mind. So maybe I was 9. I don't know. So I go to school the next day. Like I said, the actual incident I don't remember. I didn't remember anything leading up to the seizure until like years later, and I start thinking about it. I'm like, oh, that's what happened. So and everyone is, oh my god, and they're like, I walk into class late, and everyone's like, oh my god, how are you? I was so worried about you. And thankfully, the girl that was sitting behind me, since I fell straight back, she was there. Text message. What? Anyway, yeah, thank God she was behind me, so I didn't hit my head or anything on the floor when I seized, because that could have caused even more significant damage. But it didn't because she was behind me. And she was like, girl, I pushed you off me. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, dang, okay. She was like, I did. I was like, okay. But it was still good that I landed on her when I fell. Otherwise, I could have cracked my head open because it was concrete ground. I mean, I fell straight back, she said. So I could have really did some damage. Really could have hurt myself. So yeah, yeah. And they were all rushing up to me. Oh my god. And one girl, she's like, I went up, one girl, she was my closest friend at the time. She's like, I even went up to the hospital and they told me that I couldn't see you, but I was going to bring you. And she brought me a bear and a card. And everyone was so happy to see me and stuff like that. Which was good for the first day. Then the next day, teacher was like, are you okay? Are you fine? Every 10 minutes. Are you okay? Are you fine? And then when I get home or I get around family and I'm watching TV, they're like, Alexis, huh? Just making sure you're okay. I'm fine. Or they'll tap me. Hey, you good? You okay? I'm fine. And that would get annoying because it's like, look, now, relax. I'm okay. I'm good. Stop. You're not making the situation any better. They didn't seem to care. So I stopped taking them again because I'm like, look, y'all don't know. I'm fine. I don't need these medicines. I just didn't take them. So the medicine got bad because I never got a refill on them, and the medicine just literally turned to crystal. Like it was, and then the orange medicine I had stuck together because I kept them in my drawer and it was cold in the house. So yeah, I just didn't take them. So I just threw them away. In the trash. Yay, opioids. I contribute. I'm so sorry. A couple years later, I go to the doctor. And they were like, well, you seem to have weaned yourself off. I was like, yeah. And it's like, well, it seems that you are not having any activities as far as the seizures go. And you're good. Great. Yeah, I knew I didn't need that. So that's what they told me. And I was like, bet, cool. This was maybe, I was like 16. So I was like, yeah, I knew I didn't need them. But people kind of still to this day kind of like, you good? The story gets better. Trust me. So here recently, I was in the 12th grade, so 2 years ago. I started to have those same episodes for like kind of like staring out, but it wasn't long, and I would feel it coming on, and it would feel like what a seizure would feel like. like not the actual shaking seizures, but the epileptic. I know what they feel like, and the doctors would tell me, "No, you don't." People tend to not know what they feel like. People tend not to feel them. People tend not to know that they're experiencing it. Well, when you told me that's what I was experiencing, I kind of put two and two together, and every time it happens, and I will realize it's happening, I I know what it is, and I will begin to associate the feeling of it, and people will look at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, no, I know what I know what it feels like, okay. Um, and I was in class, and I was moving, and it was like it was like a quick 3 seconds, and I'm like, and it would constantly happen. So I text my mom like, hey, I think I'm still having these seizure activities, and they're telling me I'm not, and I feel like I am. And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm really sure that I feel these seizures are still there. But at the time, they would tell me, usually people don't have epilepsy past 14. You're 16. You're probably not having them. They would tell me that I'm daydreaming. No. I know the difference. And for a while, people were like, you're probably just daydreaming. No, I know the difference. I know my brain, and I know the difference between daydreaming and a seizure. Me, second day, like your insurance is uncovered 3 days, so you're not having any activity, we're not finding anything, we're not seeing anything. And I would tell them, yeah, it doesn't happen every day. I would tell them it's not happening every day. It's not an everyday thing. It's like every once in a while, and I would feel it. And it was like, that don't sound like a seizure. And I was like, okay, well, what is it? And they were like, well, you might be daydreaming. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not. I know what a daydream is. And then my aunt, and then people were like, no, it's probably didn't. I'm like, so y'all basically calling me crazy and saying that I don't know what's going on with my own body. And so nothing happened. They released me. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'm tripping, but I'm like, I know my body. I know what's going on. So a couple years later, um, I get a job and work at this clinic for car wrecks and stuff. Patients, they have wrecks and stuff. They come in and we do physical therapy and stuff like that. I was one of the therapists up there, and I picked something up and I moved, and I felt the same experience I would feel when I had a seizure. And I text my mom again. I was like, Mom, is it going on? She's like, are you sure? Because you done spent 3 days in the hospital. They said nothing, no activities going on. And at the hospital, they were like, if you had any activity that you feel, push the button and we'll test, and then you can release early. They were like, nothing happened. Are you sure? And I was like, yes. So we made another doctor's appointment, and he was very blunt, and basically I feel personally that he thought that I was just trying to get some pills from him. I guess he felt like I was trying to get medicine off him, or trying to get high off the pills or something, because he was kind of like, well, usually people that have these episodes don't realize they're having them, and you're telling me you know you're having them. Yes. Like, I knew what was happening when I was actually having epilepsy, when I was actually going through the motion to take the pills. I knew then when you told me what it was. I knew I was having them before you told me what it was. I just kind of didn't figure it was anything. And when I figured out what it was, I was like, that's what it's been going on for all these years. So, yeah, motherfucker, I know what the fuck it feels like. Like, well, most people don't. And you're describing it as a quick blank out stare, when most people describe it as they feel like they've been knocked out and they just woke up, or they just fell asleep and they woke up and didn't realize what was going on. I was like, first of all, I'm not everybody. Second of all, that's what's going on. What is epilepsy? When you blank out and stare. I don't feel like I got knocked out. I don't feel woozy. I don't feel sick. Well, that's what most people feel like. First of all, I'm not most people. And secondly, I don't want this bullshit medicine. I don't want to take pills every day. When my stomach hurts, when I have a headache, I don't even like taking pills then. So trust and believe me, sir, I don't want the shit. I just don't want to fucking have a seizure at the wheel. And he's like, well, you're 19. Well, so it happened last year. You're 19, and if we get you on this medicine, you're not going to be able to drive. I don't give a fuck about driving right now. I didn't even have my license then. So I really didn't care. I was more like, bruh, I'm having a seizure. in my head. The last thing I care about is driving. I don't even have a car where I don't drive. So it's not like, oh my God, I'm gonna drastically change. Oh my God, I can't. I don't drive now and I got my license. Okay? So, sir, fuck you. He's like, well, Alexis, I just don't feel like you're really having these seizures, and maybe it's something else. What is it then? Tell me. And he's like, well, do you really want to go down that rabbit hole and figure out what's wrong with you if there's really nothing wrong with you? Well, what if there is something wrong with me? He's like, well, it's probably not. It's probably just like you're scared. Of what? Of what? I done graduated. I'm already in college. Tell me what I'm scared of, sir. What am I scared of? And if I'm scared, what I gotta do with the things going on in my head? Huh? What is that? What is it? So just ignore it, basically. Don't worry about it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. So like, so now I got I have this fear, irrational fear that I'm going to drop and have a seizure one day. And I haven't had that symptom in like 4 or 5 months. But I do seriously have a fear of falling out and having a seizure. Like, I think about this stuff all the time. What if I just had a seizure right now? What if I have a seizure right now? Because it's like, just because you don't think that it's what it is, and I feel it, and you're telling me it's nothing, scares me. Because you didn't even try to figure it out. Like, yeah, I know I went to the doctor for 3 days, and nothing was wrong with me. I swear to God, I wouldn't make it up. I don't like taking pills. If you haven't realized, my history of taking pills is obviously not great. I don't even have a history. Only pills I had besides those was naproxen for cramps. And I didn't take those because they didn't work. Okay? So you telling me that you're not going to even try? Because basically he was like, well, we can go take you in the other room. We can hook you up now. But if you really... It's probably not that serious because you're 19 and you usually stop having seizures at 14. He's like, it's a very rare chance that people over the age of 14 have these epileptic symptoms and seizures. So you just don't give a fuck basically about me. And you're not gonna even fucking try. Because, yeah, granted, nothing's wrong with me. You don't see anything. That means nothing's wrong with me. But if you didn't even try, you don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. So ever since then, I seriously have a very irrational fear that I would fall the fuck out and have a seizure. So yeah. This video is way longer than I wanted it to be. But that's my experience with epilepsy. They told me I don't have it anymore. I still have the symptoms of it. But since I'm 20, they don't want to proceed with checking to see. I will have to find another hospital that will take that case and see. But no one's willing to do that because they're like, you're probably not having a seizure because you're 20. And usually people don't have seizures at 20. Epilepsy, that is. Okay. So, you're just going to tell me I don't have seizures and nothing's going on with my head. Okay. So, yeah. So that's one of my irrational fears, for me to literally drop out and have a seizure and die. Because no doctor cares to even proceed the case. So, yeah. I still have those symptoms, but I'm probably just daydreaming. Who knows? So, yeah. So I like, if I'm left home by myself, I usually like sit by the door all the time, or close to the door or something like that. 'Cause I just have that fear that something might happen to me and no one's gonna be here and I'm gonna die. It's very irrational, I know, but it's serious because, like I said, I don't know if I'm still having the seizures or if it's just something else, but no way in hell I'm still having those same symptom feelings. I'm still staring off a little bit. I still feel like the emotion, and then he tried to tell me to explain how I feel, and it's very hard to explain. I don't know how to explain it. So, um, it's a struggle I struggle with every day, but I'm fine as far as I'm concerned. So rude. Am I boring you, sir? Stop looking at me like that. But yeah, I got my driver's license and everything, so it's fine. I'm good. Graduated high school and college. I'm good. It's just, I guess I'm being too loud for the guy, for the kid. Been too loud for him. Um, yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching my mental breakdown. um, I'll see you guys next time. I got a new product review. I've already recorded it and everything. I recorded last week. I just haven't edited. So this video is gonna go up first, and then I'll start editing that video. I'm about to go cry. Um, drink another one of these. Um, start on my first exam. Clean up, probably cook. Start my second exam. Prepare for my exam tomorrow. Um, probably cry again. Probably drink another one of these. And not sleep until Friday. That's my goal. There's somebody outside. I'm so emotionally drained right now. I just need like a 30-minute nap. But I can't, because if I go to sleep right now, I'm not going to wake up until like 8. My exam is due at 9:30, so. And it is 1:19 and my phone's on 3%. Why do I do this to myself? Why? Why? And then have the nerve to complain about it, you know. All my videos are like 40 minutes long of me just rambling and rambling and rambling. I mean, very emotionally unstable. Okay, you guys? Very emotionally unstable. I might do another video. Probably another story time. And like after this one. Cause I got a lot of stories. The rest of this really quick because phone's blowing up today because I got a lot of homework to do. But yeah, so I tell her, hey, I'm having another teacher. I feel like I'm having these teachers coming on again. And she was like, are you sure? And I went to the doctor.